Hi, this short video will teach you how to take your Master Campus Address Collector spreadsheet and use it to track individual fundraising totals for your counselors and coordinators. So first of all, you should already know that the Campus Address Collector spreadsheet is the spreadsheet that's created when counselors and coordinators fill out the Master Campus Address Collector form. So they enter in the name of every individual that they want to send a fundraising letter to or a fundraising email to. And then on the back end, it dumps the information in here. You can use this sheet to track different campaigns, amounts raised, and thank you letters having been sent. And you should be using it to track all of those things. So if you don't have these three columns over here, go ahead and add them. But the ones that we really care about is this 2013-2014 donation received. You could call that donation amount. You can call it whatever you want. But this is where every time a donation comes in from this person, you're tracking that amount. You're putting it in here. So you can see someone's already raised $330. Way to go. And that person is Bridget Sharkbait Townsend. So just keep that in mind as we're setting up our pivot table, which is what's going to allow us to track all this. To set up a pivot table, go to Data, Pivot Table Report. Ta-da! It creates this new table here. The first thing that you're going to want to do is edit the range of this table. Right now, it's only going down to 33 lines because that's all the data that we have. So you want to change it so that it'll continue to add data into here no matter how many different addresses are collected in the address collector. So let's say we're going to have 2,000 addresses total. Whoops, it says that exceeds the sheet size. So I need to make the sheet bigger. Go back over to form responses, scroll down to the bottom, add 2,000 more rows. And that just makes it huge. Go back to the pivot table, edit the range, make this 2,000. Great. All right, then you're going to add rows for each student, solicitor, each counselor or coordinator. You can choose to sort it by first name, last name, or camp name, but you can only choose one. So I would recommend camp name because that's going to be the thing that's least likely to have doubles of within any chapter. So, you might have a bunch of people with the last name Smith. You might have a couple of different guys named Chris on your team. But chances are for camp name, everyone's going to have their own unique camp name. So put in camp name there, and you can see it pops up these two counselors who have already put in addresses. To see how much they've raised, go to Values, Add Field, this 2013-14 donation received, because that's where they're putting in the money amounts. And there you go. You can see it's automatically populated that. So you may be wondering, does this really update every time new people add in or new money is added in? And the truth is, yes, it does. And I'm going to show you how. You go back to form responses. Imagine that a couple more counselors started putting in money here. So Jelly Bean, Rugby, and Marshmallow. Those are three new counselors. In the real world, pretend they filled out the form and there's a lot more information here and they have multiple lines. But for now, we're just going to kind of pretend. So Jelly Bean, Rugby, Marshmallow. Let's say Jelly Bean got a donation for 100, 100, 100. They each got a $100 donation from one of their donors. Go back to the pivot table, and you can see Jelly, Marshmallow, and Rugby have all been added, and their money has been added. Let's say good old Marshmallow gets a few more donations. Let's say 20 and 30. Go back over to our pivot table, and Marshmallow now has 150. So it'll automatically update no matter how many changes are made, as long as you have this range over here set really, really high. And you can edit that range anytime if you run out of rows. Just add more rows on the Form Responses tab, and then edit your range there. That's all. Thanks.